Hello friends! The 590 days of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. In the Melitopol sector, the Ukrainian armed forces, apparently after repelling a number of enemy counterattacks, resumed their own intensive attack and assault operation on the edge of their penetration into the first position of the main line of the Russian defense. The severity of the situation for the enemy in this regard was removed several days ago by persistent counterattacks of this motorized rifle regiment along the northern outskirts of Novoprokopivka. Therefore, the advanced units of the Ukrainian armed forces, which were already located within this settlement, had to leave it, as well as attempts by enemy air assault troops to organize a counterattack from the northwestern outskirts of Verbove to the rear and flank of Ukrainian units, which are now actively operating west of the village. Apparently, after the cessation of the counterattacks, as a result of the repulse, the unpleasant trends for the enemy regarding the development of the situation in the Melitopol sector was obviously restored. The enemy in the Novoprokopivka area has to make very significant efforts so that they can hold this settlement. At least, even the introduction of reserves into the battle to the west of the village could not radically solve this problem. The advanced units of the Ukrainian army did not move back towards Robotyne from Novoprokopivka and continue to maintain significant chances for its liberation. My friends, the robot will continue.
The second notable event in this direction was the actual failure of the flank plan that the enemy had been implementing over the past 2 weeks. Persistent attacks by Russian air assault divisions on the flanks of the strike group of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kopani-Robotyne and Novofedorivka-Mala Tokmachka directions did not bring the desired result to the enemy. At the moment, the enemy has not reached the western outskirts of Robotyne. Moreover, he himself lost several advanced positions in this sector towards Kopani. In addition, enemy units in the Nesterianka area were also forced to withdraw east of this village from at least one forward position. West of Verbove, due to the restoration of intensive attacks by the advanced units of the Ukrainian army in the southern direction, fluctuations of the line of combat contact also began, not in favor of the Russians. But the most revealing in terms of the enemy's flank plan were the events in the Novoprokopivka area, where, obviously, the enemy command intended to expand the wedge in the village area along the N08 road. Instead, the units of this regiment had to retreat themselves. Of course, all these withdrawals and advances occur exclusively on a tactical scale from 250 meters to 1 kilometer and do not yet have any significant operational significance. But it is quite possible that it will appear when the totality of these tactical actions in favor of the armed forces of Ukraine acquires a corresponding critical volume. The main problem is that in this direction the enemy troops have not yet lost the ability to hold important, even in a tactical sense, lines, positions, and strongholds.
Friends, considering what is happening in my country, this channel is now my only source of income. If you are able to support me financially, I will be very grateful. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.